Today I'm going to tell you why the Kia Stinger might just be the ultimate everyday sports sedan. With luxury, performance, practicality, and style in mind, we're going to go through a full detailed review and test drive coming right up. Now let's go ahead and start on the exterior. So first of all, Albert Bierman, who came from BMW to Kia, said, now I'm paraphrasing here, a couple of things. It's a whole different animal and nobody expected such a car. And that is so true about this car, and it is seriously a no sacrifice type of everyday sports sedan. Now let's take a look at all the exterior details. Starting right up front, we get our tiger nose grille that sits between two full LED headlights. Signature LED daytime running light running under the headlight that looks pretty cool, and at nighttime these are great. They are also adaptive. They swivel and curve as you turn the wheel and do a dance when you turn the car on, and they do a pretty nice job illuminating the road, even though they maybe sit a little bit low at times. The Stinger has a nice wide stance with a low slung cabin. It has large air intakes and curtain vents as well, and you can see those pop out right back behind the wheel as well. This is a ceramic silver paint, and it's a $500 paint. It is a standout paint. It really looks pretty sharp, and I think it helps this vehicle stand out. The wheels on our GT2 Stinger are 19 inches with 225 in the front, 255 in the back. We have high performance Brembo brakes all around with 4 piston in the front and 2 piston in the back. The Stinger gives you a nice long wheelbase, and it's actually really long, longer than many others. And we also have with our model the dynamic stability damping control, which is the electronically controlled suspension to give you the optimal ride and handling that can adjust when you want it to. And we'll talk about the handling and all that in the design. And of course, this has the fastback design, and I'd love to know what you think of its design up front and in the back. I truly think it looks pretty sharp. I really think it stands out. And you've got these nice LED taillights in the back and the 4-pipe exhaust outlet back here. Now under the hood is what really impresses me, and since we have the GT2 and I'm talking about this being the ultimate no sacrifice everyday sports sedan, I'm just going to tell you about the twin turbo 3.3 liter. So under the hood, Kia gives us a pretty powerful 3.3 liter twin turbo V6 that puts out 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque, and that torque comes out really early at 1350 RPM. This is a torque converted 8-speed automatic, and it is pretty smooth, and again we'll talk about that in the test drive. And I really like this pairing with this car. It could be faster, it could be a dual clutch, it could be a manual, but this is great for what Kia's mission was for this car. It's about the journey and not getting to the destination first. However, 0 to 60 time, this can go from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. Rear wheel drive is standard, but all-wheel drive is optional, and we have rear-wheel drive right here and the limited slip differential. And if you're curious about MPGs, you can get 17 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 20 miles per gallon combined. All of that for 50 grand. The cargo area for the Kia Stinger is great. So first of all, you've got this smart lift gate right here, this lift back. If you're in proximity for a few seconds and you have the key fob on you, it's gonna open up, which is really nice. So under here, we've got 23.3 cubic feet. And I'm gonna throw all my stuff in here, and this is actually massive. Now 23.3 cubic feet is kind of hard to visualize, but there's a ton of space back here. And we've got a button to lower it right there, a grab handle. You can even just touch under there or open it from the inside as well. In addition to that, we've got hidden underfloor storage, a spare tire under there, folding seats, 60/40 folding seats, and overall just excellent space right here. And I'd love to know, do you prefer this type of lift back or do you prefer an actual trunk? Leave your comments down below. So Kia gives you the smart key system, of course, and this key fob actually feels pretty nice. It's got that unique shape. You've got the lock on top, unlock, hold, alarm. No remote start on the key fob. That is with the UVO subscription service, but this key fob is definitely pretty nice. And the nice thing is when you approach the car at night, the mirrors will unfold as well as light up with perimeter lighting and the door handles, the interior. So it's a pretty nice entrance system. And then just to get in, you've got the push button to lock or unlock, and then you can open it up. Even though we have a performance-oriented car, it's still very practical and comfortable. So first of all, you've got a tad of luxury with the entry-exit system of the steering wheel and the seat moving. We also have this really nice looking red interior package. The seats also look nice. This is premium Napa leather with 16 power adjustment, including 4-way lumbar and adjustment around your torso to make it narrow or wider. In addition to that, we have memory settings over here on the door, and these seats are ventilated and heated. In terms of comfort, I've been very comfortable in here. They're not too firm, they're not too soft, but they're supportive enough to keep you in place if you want to kind of have some fun with the car. And at 5'9", I don't have the seat quite all the way down, but I still have a few inches above my head. So the guy that dropped this off was well over 6 foot, and he seemed to fit in here just fine, so I don't think you'll have a problem. I really like the bolster adjustment, how you can narrow it and widen it. So if you're gonna really get sporty with it, you can squeeze yourself in and hold yourself in nice and snug. Otherwise, I am super comfortable in here, and the ventilated seats have worked great when it's been about 100 degrees every day here. The rest of the Kia Stinger interior is built with minimalism in mind and practicality as well. First, we have some nice large gauges up front with lots of information in the center display, like driving dynamics, trip computer, your music, all of that necessary information and things that you might want to see. There's also a head-up display right above that that still shows you quite a bit, including your speed, your lanes for your lane keeping system, cruise control, blind spot, all sorts of good stuff up there. And we have an 8-inch screen atop the dashboard. Definitely one of the most tablet style looking that I have seen. And surprisingly, the Kia Soul has a bigger screen than this does, but it gives us the Harman Kardon Premium audio system, which is 15 speakers with 2 subwoofers. And there's subwoofers for the passenger and the driver under their seats, which is really nice. And a surround view monitor on here as well. So parking this thing is a breeze. There's also some nice things such as the dual zone automatic climate control and excellent little storage options. So there's a USB port, auxiliary port, 12-volt power outlet, wireless charging, all right below the dual zone AC. That works great for a little bit of storage. The cup holders, all of that seems to fit and accommodate well. There's even storage right in front of the switch gear, such as the parking sonar, the ventilated seat buttons, all that, and everything seems to feel very solid in here. And in addition to all that, we have an automatic dimming mirror with garage controls, and even the side mirrors are automatic dimming for both driver and passenger, and they can reverse tilt down to help you park this thing. And then to top it off, one thing that my wife loves is the ambient lighting that comes in here and some of the other Kia vehicles. So it's multiple color LED ambient lighting, and there's a few different areas that are lit up, like the dash, the doors. Everything seems to look pretty nice, and it really gives us a nice ambiance and vibe at night. There's not a whole lot to talk about with the back seat, except for the fact that they're actually pretty spacious. So I've got decent leg space and foot space in front of myself. Like I said, 5'9", sitting behind where I was sitting. There's nice LED lighting up here. We've got a decent size center folding armrest with a couple small cup holders and cup holders in the doors as well, plus a kind of a big door handle over here where you could actually like stash a phone if you wanted to. And even though in a lot of mid-size sedans that, not sports sedans like this, but just your regular family sedan, my head or hair might touch the roof, and my hair is touching, but I can still sit here without my head touching the roof, although it is very close. And just to top it off, we have AC vents back here and a 12-volt power outlet and a USB port as well. The only drawback, which is expected in a sports sedan, is that this is not a 5-passenger vehicle, it is a 4-passenger vehicle because of the big center hump. All right, we are on the test drive with the Kia Stinger, and first of all, there are different drive modes. We've got Smart, which will automatically shuffle you through the ones depending on how you're driving. You've got Eco, of course, Comfort, Sport mode, which we will check out, and then Custom, where you can actually customize the suspension, the powertrain, all that, and the steering as well. Right off the bat, we are gonna be in comfort mode, and my first impression of the Stinger is that it feels really solid. I mean, this car feels like it is performance ready, yet it's comfortable like an everyday sedan. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up my torso right here so I'm squeezed in a little bit more. And just a quick little acceleration run. And you get up to speed real quick. And the brakes are great. These are, now I don't have a ton of experience in performance vehicles, but these brakes work great. They grab really well. I haven't really done enough to notice any fade, but Kia's done a lot of testing on this car as well before they put it out. And some of it was pretty extreme from the way it sounded. We're still in comfort mode, and the acceleration is just completely effortless. The steering feel is good. It feels pretty precise. It's got a decent weight to it. There's really no complaints with its drivability. The ride comfort is on the stiff side, which I would expect, and we're still in comfort mode, and it's a little stiff, but it's gotta be. I mean, you can't be perfect. This has the electronically controlled suspension, so I'm sure it might honestly be a little better than the non-electronic suspension, but overall, the blend of ride comfort and handling is great. And of course, there's a little bit of give on each one. Like if you really push it around some corners, going faster than this, you're gonna get some lean. If you really hit the brakes, you're gonna get some dive. So there's some of that, but it's not like you're gonna be driving this thing on a track. Everyday driving, this is fantastic, and the acceleration from that turbo is just effortless. It's smooth, the transmission is smooth, like I said, the brakes are good. Now in terms of acceleration, this Kia can go from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, which is very respectable. But they also said it's not meant to be first. You're supposed to enjoy the journey. So this car is a little bit more of a grand touring type of car. And that's evident because it's just a great balance and blend. And I think I've said that enough already. Now I just put it in sport mode, and one thing that I wish was that there's a dedicated manual mode to use the paddle shifters, but you can still use them, but it's not like you have a complete override control with these paddles. But now we're in sport mode. Woo! And we'll hit the brakes. And it sounds good. What do you guys think of the sound as well? So going around the corner, and I can't be cruising, speeding around here, but it is very flat and composed. There's still a little bit of lean, like I said, but overall, this Kia is just so nice. It handles well, and there's just so much to like about it. And right now, I actually have the sound enhanced. You can turn that down, so you kind of get a sense of how it sounds, and it might not be picking up a whole lot, but it sounds great. It's got some roar to it. And with the paddles, downshift, 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 third gear. And they're pretty quick. They're not excellent, but they are definitely pretty quick. Still in fourth gear. And it's ready to go. That turbo does not take long to kick in. It's ready to go. You get some pretty early boost. Now we're still in sport mode. Gets up to speed very quick, and it is so smooth too. And even if you're not driving like that and you're just doing everyday driving, this is your daily car, it's great. It's no different than other daily driving sedans, the front wheel drive family cars. In terms of comfort and space and practicality, it's still quite spacious. And it's not a huge long car. It's actually got a really long wheelbase, but the body is not all that big, so it's not that hard to drive around in the city. Now I'm on a louder, rougher textured road, and the road noise is there's some apparent, which can be a good thing because you kind of want to hear things when you're in a sportier car, but it is still quieter than some other cars. For example, this is quieter than the Lexus IS, the Lexus GSF that I was in as well, the RC. And I mean, those aren't necessarily competitors to this, but it's quiet and performance oriented. Now put it in launch control, traction control off, launch mode. That is so fun. It is just so fun. Handles so well. It's just so responsive. I wish I had somewhere better, like a track, to actually show this thing off to you guys, but you can search YouTube for all sorts of things. But it's just fun. In terms of everyday driving, let me turn the cruise control on. I love the smart cruise control. I've got a demonstration of that with the lane keeping system, and let's see how it does right here. I'm gonna see how it kind of goes around this corner without any input from me. Don't do this at home. Keep your hands on the wheel. But just a quick look. Look at it taking this sharp corner. And it's not even telling me to do anything yet until then. So smart cruise control, all the safety features, the 360 camera, all that stuff is really nice. Man, gets you up to speed so quick, slows you down so quick. Let's get one more little romp on it. That one's with traction control. So what do y'all think of the Kia Stinger? It is, this is definitely not, I mean, don't look past this. This is, some people probably don't realize just how fast and how fun and just well-rounded the Kia Stinger is. This is probably sounding like a sales pitch, but I'm seriously impressed with this. So there you have it. There is the Kia Stinger GT2 and why I think it is probably the most practical everyday sports sedan. I really enjoyed my time with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And all for 50 grand, would you take this over some of the competitors or some of the vehicles that might not directly compete with this, but in the price range, what would you take? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll catch you next time.